What is up, guys? Sumi here from Team Basani with another market update. Today's April 6th, 2026. First day back after Good Friday. We have a lot to digest. Job report blew out. 178,000 jobs, triple the estimate. Trump went on Truth Social and went crazy. We'll talk about that in a second here, saying that the power plant and Bridge Day all in one, and there's a 45-day ceasefire agreement that's being talked about. There's rumors of Trump bombing them again at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Oil is flip-flopping around 110, and the market, it barely moved. We had nothing that happened all day. Basically chopped today. Really don't have too much to say about the market in general. But tomorrow is the deadline, 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and everything comes to a head. So let's break it down here. So first and foremost, let's talk about the big picture here. The Friday jobs report, way hotter than expected. We had March non-farm payrolls at 178,000. The consensus was plus 57,000, so this is triple the estimate. So the unemployment rate is 4.3, which is better than the 4.4 expected. So this landed while the market was closed on Good Friday. So today was the first reaction. So the translation to all this is that the economy is not cracking. The labor market is resilient despite the war and despite oil being at 100. But a hot jobs number is bad for rate cut hopes. If the economy is strong and inflation is rising from oil, the Fed has zero reason to basically cut. So some are now pricing in the hike. ISM data was also hot. So manufacturing and services costs are surging. War-driven input prices are spiking, and things are definitely showing in the data. There's a pro-inflationary outlook, and it's getting louder every single week. Bank of America actually made a statement. A lot of people talked about this, that they already flagged headline inflation heading towards 4% year over year. Trump's weekend post. This is what I really want to talk about, and I made a couple of reactions on this on social media. But Sunday, April 5th, Trump Truth Social post, I should say. He called Iranian leaders crazy bastards. He said they'll be living in hell if the Strait of Hormuz is not open. And he basically said that Tuesday will be power plant day, bridge day, all wrapped up in one, and there'll be nothing like it. So that's really the tweet. Like, I basically did a reverse order there. The original deadline was from his March 27 post, which is tonight, Monday, April 6th, 8 p.m. So he's basically going to make something happen. So his statements over the weekend and today, he's effectively pushed the action to Tuesday evening on April 7th. So the real deadline is now April 7th, 8 p.m. He said in a press conference today, I didn't want to be a bad guy after Easter, so maybe that's an excuse, maybe it's real. To be honest, he wasn't discussing too much in the meeting today. He had a 1 p.m. call where he talked about the recovery operation that happened between the fighter jets and how it was super crazy. For literally an hour straight, they talked about how amazing of a military operation it was, which I'm sure it is. You know, thank God our soldiers are good. But at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of information that was given out during that. So the public address reiterated plans to bomb infrastructure Tuesday if there was no agreement reached by 8 p.m. tomorrow. So reports show that U.S. allies are pressing for a last-minute deal. Pakistan brokered terms that have reached both sides, and the framework would have to be an immediate end to hostilities and a path to reopening the strait. Iran has not officially accepted, but the fact is there's concrete proposals that are from both sides. And if this gets signed before Tuesday at 8 p.m., oil's going to crash, stocks are going to rip up. If not, Trump's going to start bombing the power plants. There doesn't seem to be a middle ground here. Either the market's going to rip, war is ended, or we're going to bomb the fuck out of them, and that's just really all it is. So Brent is rising. Oil is getting crazy. This is the highest since 2008. The physical market is even more stressed out than the futures and market even suggests. There's a lot of consequences to this stuff. I think people don't realize that there are millions of barrels of oil that are not being delivered, and they're just being held there that people have paid for. Let's talk about SPY and QQQ. I'm going to keep it really brief. Really nothing. It was very flat today. Could have caught a couple dollar moves here and there. SPY held around the 6,500 area, and there's thin volume. Many of the global markets were closed for Easter Monday, and the market is holding a pattern. Nobody wants to make a big bet before tomorrow's deadline, so it's frozen right now. It knows tomorrow is going to be binary. Bulls are still in effect. Today was a bullish day, to be honest with you. QQQ and the NASDAQ 100 gained about 0.7%. Tech outperformed slightly. This is the first reaction to Friday's strong job reports. Tech typically benefits from strong economy data, so more spending on cloud, AI, et cetera, but the inflationary angel caps are still the upside. The Dow up 50 to 91 points. United Health up 1.6, Apple up 1.5 to 1.8. Amazon, I was calling it out all day, 1.3% leading. Sherwin-Williams, Caterpillar, Honeywell are lagging behind. Cyclical, industrials cautious ahead of the deadline. Mag 7, let's run through it real quick. So I kind of said Apple's doing good, 1.5 to 1.8%. Led the Dow. Resilient customer demand for AI integrated ecosystem. Buffett said last week he sold too soon and he would buy more at the right price. Amazon doing really good as well. Was calling this out all day. Adding fuel surcharges to sellers starting April 17th to rising fuel costs. That's war tax hitting the e-commerce directly, and sellers will be passing this on to consumers. UPS, FedEx, USPS also adding surcharges. Airlines are raising baggage fees. So a lot of stuff happening that you don't really see, but it's happening nonetheless. NVIDIA, quiet day for NVIDIA. Not too much going on. It was a 175, 176 range for us options traders. Low volatility day, which is not good for the ODT action. Save your power for tomorrow. That's when the fireworks will happen. If a deal breaks, NVIDIA is going to run the fuck up. If it doesn't, NVIDIA might go red. Tesla slightly green. JP Morgan reiterated their target, saying that they should approach with a high degree of caution. So Tesla not doing so good. Microsoft, Meta, Google really not doing anything crazy. Green, but just in waiting mode. So individual tickers, I want to talk about a few setups that you guys can have that are really going to make you money. So a couple things I have here, okay? So scenario number A, there's a deal that's happening. Oil is going to crash very fast in minutes. It's going to go from 110 probably to 90-95. SPY is going to gap up 2 to 3%, QQQ up 3 to 4%. NVIDIA, Amazon, and Microsoft are going to lead the move. Energy stocks are going to get crushed. XOM, CVX, XLE going to be down about 5 to 8%. So puts on the energy stocks, calls on the SPY in the market in the tech, and ODT calls either way. This is a buy everything except energy moment when it comes to the ceasefire. Scenario B, okay, no deal, escalation. Trump starts bombing the power plants and bridges. Oil is going to spike up to 120, 130, maybe even 140 in the physical market. SPY drops about 2 to 4%. NASDAQ leads the downside. Energy rips. XOM, SVX gap up. ODT puts on SPY, QQQ, NVIDIA, and calls on XLE and XOM. So my plan tomorrow is sitting on cash tomorrow. I'm not going to force anything. I'm going to wait to see what happens. And if we do get something, we're going to take advantage of it. A couple things I want to say on the side here. Goldman Sachs upgraded their buy from neutral. They've raised their price target to 120 from 100, looking really good. Kratos defense up a bit. Definitely looking good to push up. This is a stock that I think will do very, very well.